try again. So I guess I want to start off by saying that we love California, right?
We've gone through emotional up and downs here.
Well, we like California a lot.
We don't hate California, but we have several reasons why it is time to get out of here.
It's illegal for dogs to drive vans in California.
It is hard to find parking around here. That is the biggest problem that we've had up and down California.
When we were in Santa Monica, we used iOverlander to find a place to park for the night. We always double check all the parking signs on the block to make sure we're good to park there.
The short version is we got a ticket for $80 because we were parked in a place where it was completely legal for people to park overnight. There were plenty of people parked overnight there. It was clearly marked that you could park overnight. We fit completely in the parking space. And then we woke up to a ticket because we were more than 8 feet tall.
What we found out in a lot of towns and cities in California is that there are city ordinances that are not posted anywhere, even in like major tourist areas, regarding whether or not an oversized vehicle can park at all, if it can park overnight, and what an oversized vehicle is. So that's made, you know, when we're trying to find each night like where to park, it's become a huge part of our day. You know, going through the law in like that particular town.
Because they're not easy to find online.
And because of that, I'm not sleeping well. It's because we don't know whether or not it's okay to park where we've parked and whether or not we're going to wake up to a ticket or someone tapping on the window.
The other night when we were next to a warehouse in Oakland, there were trains going by that were like 50 feet away all night. And then at like 3 a.m., some car decided to pull up across the street from us with their music blaring.
And then the car door opened and someone got out. Thumper's looking at us like he has no idea who we're talking to.
Who are we talking to?
Are mommy and daddy crazy?
Next, the cost of gas here.
Oh my gosh.
The headline we saw on CNN is that gas prices have gone up 11 cents. Well, the news is if you drive from Texas to California,
it'll go up like $3.
Yes. So we just filled up our tank at a deal. It was only $4.80 something here, and it only cost us $90 to fill up our tank. And on top of that, there's the cost of everything else in California that's not gas.
We haven't met a single celebrity, including and especially Wishbone.
For boarding the dog, we've tried to several times so that we could do all the fun things that we've either found online or people have suggested to us. And it turns out that's a huge problem here because most of the boarding places that we've tried to go to, that we've called up, have an additional vaccine requirement that doesn't exist in Texas and Arizona and every other state that we've been to so far, which is he needs a vaccine for canine influenza.
Which we had never heard of before. But I will say California has been like super dog friendly. We've had a bunch of restaurants that let Thumper go in.
We're stuck with him.
That's not that bad.
They wouldn't let me audition for Beverly Hills Chihuahua 4.
We feel like California doesn't really want us here because there's this stigma against people living in their vehicles. Housing and everything else is so expensive here. We've literally driven through neighborhoods where houses that look like in Texas would probably cost a couple $100,000 list for $1 to $2 million on Zillow. Housing is so expensive, so there's a bunch of people that have decided to live out of their cars.
Well, there have been a bunch of people that have been forced to live out of their cars. There's huge homeless populations in a lot of the cities we've been in.
And instead of trying to help the homeless people, they just outlawed their houses. So
some stuff happened back in Solvang, and now I gotta get out of California fast.
And aside from that, we've been here a long time. We've already been here a month. We're trying to get through all of the continental U.S.
in 1 year.
In about a year.
Was the goal. Yeah, when you spend one entire month in a single state, it makes it harder to cover the rest.
So we gotta keep going, but we're gonna come back to California in the future, but that's gonna be after this U.S. road trip. So a lot of people have...
Excuse me. We had a soda.
So a lot of people have given us a lot of suggestions about all these places in California we should visit, and we want to visit all of them. But again, we can only do so much at a time in one state when we're trying to get through all the states. And also, I mean, we're not working with an unlimited budget, so, you know, we want to do everything, but we can't visit every museum and every state park and every national park.
Seth Rogen got the leading role over me in the upcoming Judd Apatow movie.
Where are we going next?
The plan, well, we're still trying to figure it out because it is so freaking cold everywhere.
Yes, the problem is right now we're stuck in California because we're waiting for it to be just warm enough in Reno for us to go over there without having our pipes burst.
We want to head across I-80 through Reno and Nevada to Salt Lake and then go up from Salt Lake through Idaho back to Oregon. But right now in Reno and Salt Lake, it's dipping into the 20s every single night. So
we don't really want to winterize in March. We don't know. We have no idea where we're going through. But we're probably going to be out of California the next time you see us. I feel like this is going to be the most complainy video we've ever done. We're like, oh, we don't have jobs, and we're in a van, and we're in California, and
life is hard.
It's really hard to not have a job and to ride around in our van, and it's expensive, and we're having to pay for it, and I don't want it to sound like that.
Happy Monday. See you next week.
Bye! Do we have any announcements?
Thumper is pregnant.
Thumper can't get pregnant.
Oh, thank God.